Happy Sunday. We're gonna have snow today. Think positive. Um, I'd rather snow than freezing rain any day. So only April. Truly, we could have snow like anytime here. So oh well, it'll be pretty. So I'm on a timer. You're really lucky. I can't go overtime. I'm not gonna brag. Maybe just a bit. I'm doing laundry. I know. It's amazing. The angels are singing. I had to downsize. I know, poor me. When I moved here, there's no laundry hookup because we're on septic and I only have a certain amount of gallons for my water. Well, not water, but you know what I mean. And so it's an adventure to go do laundry, and you know, I like to put it off. Kind of a master at do I need to do something or do I want to do something? And my lion is like proof that there's just this much left. He's almost done. And do I need to do him? No. Do I want to? Well, I guess I haven't wanted to in a while. He's just sitting there beside me kind of going like, grr, grr. I'll get you done someday. Yeah. Like my shirt, it chose me. I know. That's weird, eh? I was at a liquidation place. I don't remember, like last month or something. And I was choosing dresses because I like dresses. And I says to the lady, I was like, dude, where do these clothes come from? They don't look like the clothes around here. And she's like, oh, we get the overstock or whatever the word was from Macy's. I'm like, what? Isn't that like just American? She's like, yep. I was like, that's why these clothes look so different? She was like, yep. I was like, whoa, I don't even have to travel and go anywhere, and it comes to me. And I went into the change room. I usually don't try on stuff. I just kind of put it against me. It looks like it's going to fit, and I just buy it. Especially for like $5 or $7. Like, if it's too big, I wear it anyway. If it's too small, well, sometimes I just rip the fuck out of it, put some laces, and it fits. Just make do. And yeah, I went in the dressing room. I tried on the dresses. They both have pockets. Only special people will understand what a dress with pockets actually, how special that is. Thank you, pocket makers. And yeah, on the change room benchy thing, I'm a jig, there was like this black lump. And I was like, oh, what's that? And I actually, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. Like, why do people leave stuff there? And then I was like, I don't care. I'll pick it up. And then I was like, just look at it. Maybe it's for you. And I looked at it, and geez, I didn't even try it on. It was for me. My nose is all itchy. I got that face thing going on today. Yeah, I'm not one to do like energy reports. But I have in a couple comments of, I forget, I know D's Bravery Clark 00 is one timeline, get it, one comment box that I put it in, but and I'm just gonna say it the way that I speak. If you thought the waves coming in were a lot, then buckle up, Buttercup, because what's coming in right now and within the next whatever, because time is irrelevant, is hardcore, and it's different. I know, because I go through them first. Maybe not first, like, but I go through them before they actually hit the collective. One of the reasons is that it kind of goes through me to ease the collective, especially when I have specific people that I'm asked from within to protect. So the light that I anchor and the lighthouse that I am has been through, and it's a special one. I'm going to tell you, to the point where I live by and believe that if you love someone or something, you must set it free, and if it comes back to you, it's because it belongs. And that I live by with people in my life and with my possessions. Complete non-attachment. And if something's meant for you, it will always come back. And that just, I'm not gonna like go into it more. It's pretty basic stuff. And yeah, to the point where last night my cat decided to go outside for the first time for real, like legit, not just on the deck and look around, and he left. And I couldn't find him, and I couldn't call him back, and within said, just go to bed and you'll see what happens. He's making a choice. And then I didn't cry. I was really sad, and I was thinking like, wow, this is why he's been so close to me for the last week or so, and especially every day he just is closer to me physically. So I was like, wow, he said goodbye. That's why he was saying goodbye all week, by being so close to me. So I went to bed, and part of the test was to keep my shit together and to not, like I went through every scenario, having to tell my daughter that the cat was gone, finding the cat dead, because there's the water, and having to see him float, scenario on the road, scenario that never see him again, but that I know from within he's found a happy home. Anyways, anybody who goes through like all the timelines, and you can call it monkey thoughts, like with your mind racing, but I don't know. I guess I need to go through that first so that I can like just shut it the fuck off and go to sleep, which is what happened. And then at one point, I forget what time, I didn't really look, I was like woken up, and I had trouble shaking off the cobwebs of waking up, and I couldn't stand up right away. So I was like, give me a second. I can't get up. Kind of like the way when my cat used to wake me up, I'd be like, dude, like stop meowing at me. I can't get up right now. And I was like listening at the same time as I was trying to wake up for him. Was he meowing for me? And to the point when I got into the living room, I looked in the patio door, and I saw him. And then when I got to the patio door, I realized it was the shadow of my boots projecting into the window because of the light blue light that I keep on. And I just like fucking wanted to lose my shit. Like I almost puked because it wasn't him, and because it wasn't him calling me. And I sat on the couch, and I was like, just like, seriously, that fucking knife in the stomach, ultimate moment of like fucking despair. Just fucking like, what the fuck? Like, I can understand being alone. I can understand it being me and just the kid. But the trinity of me, the cat, and the kid, like, I gotta fucking like not have my cat. And as I was accepting it and saying like, it's okay if he needs to go elsewhere, just like let him be okay, let him survive. And the story about my cat too is that I didn't have him since a kitten. He was brought to me, and he was brought to me from a lady who found him outside all scraggly and like tiny and like almost dead. So I already know that my cat's soul is a wandering cat soul, where he goes where he's guided to go through the people. Like the lady that gave him to me, she knew she had to give him away, and she brought him to me. And then when he was found in front of her house, because I'm a wandering child as well, I just know that it's not because he doesn't love me that he left or he wasn't comfortable, because he is it's just because he would have been called elsewhere, and I had to accept that. And in the moment that I recaught my breath and my flow, and like accepted that if he's to be somewhere else, that I could deal with it, and so could Lily Rose. He was at the door meowing. I swear to fuck, there must have been thunder and lightning. I never cried so fucking hard in so fucking long, of like gratitude of having my cat fucking back. And after he stopped crying, I just had that, you know, the song, like, the cat came back the very next day. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. That song's been in my childhood because of my dad and because of, like, inside jokes, family jokes, like, forever. So after the rain of, like, the fucking flood of tears, like, the jokiness was already back of the fact that he's back, and he hasn't gone near the door today. I think he fucking scared his own damn self. Like, it's fucking cold out there. And yeah, he was kind of happy and purry to be all like petted and brought back to warmth. He wasn't like frozen or anything. Like, just his ears were a little bit cold, but he doesn't like when I touch his ears, which I totally understand. But yeah, it was special. So I tell the story because we all have different kinds of attachments. Creator knows that I'm not attached to this home. Creator knows that I'm not attached to many things at all. And for me, that was what, like, my thing was. Because I know I'm on a timeline, I'll try to make this story short. I also know I've had stories that I've seen of people who try to change destiny, because you can. We have free will, and we're all alchemists. And my grandfather, a couple years ago, 3 I think it is, or 4 now, 3, he was meant to die, and he pushed it off. He pushed it off in various ways. To the point where when the crows came and were signaling to him and my father, like, you have to let him go. He's not supposed to be here. My dad killed a crow. And my dad is a hunter. He hunts with respect. And one of the concrete number 1 rules of my dad's property and the close vicinity that's his business kind of thing is we don't kill animals on our land. If we hunt fairly. You don't just like wake up, even if it's hunting season and there's a moose in your yard, and fucking shoot the moose. It's fair play. The animals are safe at home. And you go out and you fucking hunt it like a real hunter. He doesn't bait at home. And I happened to go to my father's to see my grandfather when the crow was hanging. And I remember I walked into the cottage and I was like, what the fuck's happening here? What the fuck is going on? Why is that crow there? And my dad said he was so fucking annoying. They're all so fucking annoying. They're so loud that it was driving me crazy because they were calling my grandfather. And my dad wasn't ready either. A lot of people helped to keep my grandfather here that weren't ready to let him go. And he's like, I killed it. I was like, you fucking killed it? And he's like, yep. And I'm hanging him in there right like near the doorway so that the other crows fuck off and don't come back. Well, anybody who knows anything about crows knows that they're imprinted. They're fucking intelligent as fuck. And yeah, I'm not going to go on about the story about my grandfather, except to say my grandfather ended up living a whole year and a half, almost more. But throughout that year and a half, it wasn't pretty. And anyone who's seen that movie, The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher, I forget what year it came out. That movie, I don't watch a lot of movies, even though I might say what I watch on here and talk to you guys about it. I personally don't watch a lot because I don't like watching movies and just knowing what's going to happen. Like, what's the fucking point? I might as well sit here and like fucking stare off into space. It's more exciting than watching a movie when you know exactly what's going to happen. And The Butterfly Effect, like, fucking is the perfect example of how you can play, go back, change things, but then it changes another thing. And then you can play, go back and change one more thing, and then it changes another thing. And to what point it can like fucking snowball. Like, I got fucking shivers everywhere. At what point that every time you change something that was meant to happen, how it fucks up shit in different ways that are even like fucking worse than just living through one traumatic event that was meant to happen. How the snowball butterfly effect can fuck up a lot more stuff. And why do I say this story? I don't know. Part of it is like, because if you're holding on to certain things and you have to let go, it's so much easier to surrender. Asia Andromeda, I'm gonna shout her out again. Why? Because yesterday, before that happened, and as my afternoon was progressing and I could feel like the collective and the energies coming in and just this whacked up stuff, and that, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like a part of me is like, you know, really has to fucking work hard at not being fucking scared shitless of not seeing the next thing that's coming for me. Like, it's a fucking daily moment and hourly, like, fucking staying in alignment with my own goddamn self. And she had Jude, who was playing outside with their daughter, had him answer the question. I forget exactly what it was, but about being in surrender. And the video's not very long. It's about 2 to not even 3 full minutes, but it's true. And as much as we've been programmed as humans to want to control situations and to decide what we're going to do next, when you're in the flow and you surrender to what life can bring to you instead of forcing what you want life to bring to you instead, it's a much more beautiful experience. Gotta go. I gotta go switch up my laundry. So the last time I went to switch up laundry, like, now there's nobody there before me, so there's no way that there's stuff in the dryer. But last time that I went, and the dryer, there's only 2 like really good dryers, and the other ones are like older, and I just happen to go back sometimes and the door has popped open midway through my cycle and my stuff's not dry, so I have to go back like 3 or 4 times during the day because I don't just sit there. First time I just sat there with Lily Rose and we played cards, and it was like, yeah, everybody else is just coming and leaving stuff. It's really safe here. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Let's go play cards at home. But that last time that I went, there was clothes in the dryer and I could see them spinning around, and it was like construction person. I assumed a man because it looked like really big stuff. And so I was like calling the person in my head. I was like, dude, you better get here. I'm taking your clothes out of the fucking dryer. I'm using that dryer. And just as I finished putting my first load of like wet stuff into my basket to like transfer it to the dryer, a dude walks in. I was like, dude, is that your construction stuff in there? And he's like, yeah. And already shy because I'm talking to him, I was like, oh, good for you. I was calling you in my head saying, like, construction dude, you better get here. I'm going to be playing with your tighty whities, throwing them in your fucking basket. Well, holy fuck. Sometimes you're there to lighten up a moment, but he just was like, whoosh. He turned about as fucking orange and like fucking red as my like Timmy's cup. Just blushing. Like, everybody wears fucking underwear most days. Like, what's the big fucking deal? I don't get it. Anyways, it was funny. Have a good day.